محمد وآل محمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في أمد ممددة.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. ما شاء الله ما شاء الله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم. إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين. واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين. قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب عليم. قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون. وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون. وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون. أتخذ من دونه آلية إن الرحمن بضر لا تغني عن شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم على الأرض ميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملت أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر والليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولهم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاع إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أن نطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة خذوهم وهم يختصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في السور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاقهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم أن لا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلا تكونون تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمون أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لتمسنا على عينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فعنا يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننقصه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه شعرا وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلية لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم ولهم جند محضرون ولا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم يرى الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي الرميم قل يحيي الذي أنشاها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منهم توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون وسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
बुलंदर सलावत
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أزادار حسين السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله يا حسين ولا علي بن الحسين ولا أولاد الحسين ولا أصحاب الحسين. أزادار حسين तुमने खबर है कि मौला हुसैन जाहिर मदीना थे करबला तरफ जवा निकले ત્યારે તેમના ફરજન હઝરત અલી અકબરને સાથે લીધા અને જેમને બરછી ખાઈ શહાદત પામી પણ મૌલા હુસૈન તેમની પ્યારી દુખ્તર ને તદ્દન મનાઈ કરી તે દુખ્તરે ઘણી જીદ કરી ઘણી રક્ષક કરી અને છેલ્લે તેમની ફઈ જનાબે ઝૈનબની પણ મદદ માંગી મૌલાએ સખત મનાઈ કરી અને તે દુખ્તરને કોઈ પણ રીતે પોતાની સાથે ન લઈ ગયા તેનું કારણ ખાસ એ હતું કે તેમની દુખ્તર હતી તેમનો ચહેરો તેમની માતાજી જનાબે ફાતિમા ઝેરાને સખત મળતો હતો અમને તેને તદ્દન મંજૂર ન હતું કે અસ્કિયા લોકો આ દુખ્તરની અઝમત ઉપર કોઈ પણ બદનામીનો દબો મારે જ્યારે મદીના છોડી ગયા તો ત્યારે તેમની દુખ્તર બહુ યાદ આવે જ્યારે હવે સર્વે અસાબો અઝાદારો બધા શહીદ પામી ગયા અને તેઓ પોતે હવે એકલા રહી ગયા ત્યારે તેઓ પોતાની બહેન પાસે આવીને કહે છે, એ માજાઈ ઝૈનબ, હવે તો મારો વખત આવી ગયો. હું જાણું છું કે મારી શહાદત બાદ તારા ઉપર શું શું વીતશે. સામે ગરીબા હશે, ઘોર અંધારું હશે, ખૈમાઓ પર આગ લાગી હશે, બહાર શહીદોના લાશો પડ્યા હશે, ખૈમાઓ લૂંટાઈ ગયા હશે, બાળકો ભાગ ભાગ કરતા હશે, સર્વેની ચાદરો લૂંટાતી હશે. પણ તું મારું એક કામ કરજે બહેન. અહે બહેન, તું આપ જે સુગરાને જઈ એવા ખબર બેઠી તારો પત્ર પહોંચ્યો મોતના અંજામ પર. જીવતા ધારી તે જેને પ્યારથી લખ્યા સલામ, તે બધાને રોઈ રોઈ ને કયા છે લાશ પર. બચ્ચો અસગર પણ થયો છે, હાય રે તરસ્યો શહીદ. બેટી તું બાકી રહી રોવા અમારા હાલ પર. જાઉં છું મખ્તલમાં હવે, સકીનાને કરી છેવટનો પ્યાર. ગમ ગરીબી યાદ રાખી બેટી તું કરજે સબર. આઝાદાર હુસેન, આ મોહરમની શરૂઆતમાં हमारा एक बहुत अजीज, एक बहुत प्यारा मुरब्बी, તમને ખબર છે આ અમેરિકન માણસો અબ્રાહમ લિંકનને કહે છે કે he was a very good president, he had malice for nobody with love for all. आज समझो जो हूँ हमारी आ व्यक्ति प्रति कहूँ he was so loving, he had no malice with anybody, with love for all. આ વ્યક્તિને અમે પ્યારથી સિલુભાઈ કહેતા. એમનું આખું નામ સરતાજ અલી કારા. વિલાયત ઇંગ્લેન્ડમાં મોહરમની પહેલી શરૂઆતમાં એ અલ્લાહને પ્યારા થઈ ગયા. મારી ઇલ્તજા છે, મારી ખ્વાહિશ છે, મારી આજીજી છે, એક સૂર્ય ફાતહ પડી એની રૂહને તથા આપણા સર્વે મરહુમોની રૂહને બક્ષી આપશો. સૂર્ય ફાતહ. સલ્લલ્લાહુ અલૈહિ
सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद.
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद.
खुदा ने जब मलकुल मौत को ये इज़्न दिया कि रूह हज़रते सरवर निकाल कर ले आ. रहे ख्याल के शबीर को ना हो इज़ा. हुसैन चूर चूर हुआ। मलक पुकारा ये मुझसे ना हो सकेगा खुदा। मैं किस तरह से निकालूं बदन से जाने हुसैन, बहुत ही साथ है यारा ये इम्तिहान हुसैन। कहीं लगा है जख्म तबे बह रहा है से लहू, भरे है खून में जाने रसूल के गज़ू। करीब जाकर रखूं दिल पे किस तरह काबू, के इस लहू में तो है फातिमा की दूध की बूंद। मैं किस तरह से निकालूं बदन से जाने हुसैन, बहुत ही साथ है यारा ये इम्तिहान हुसैन। मैं फिर इनाक़ों पे दाऊं सितम ये क्या है ज़रूर, बिछड़ के जो अली अकबर से हो गई बेनूर। निदाए आई दहर से निकाल जाने हुजूर, कहा दहन में तो कांटे परे है रब गफूर। मैं किस तरह से निकालूं बदन से जाने हुसैन, बहुत ही साथ है यारा ये इम्तिहान हुसैन। निदाए आई के गर्दन से खींच जान लिखी, कहाँ मैं क्या कहूँ गर्दन पे चल रही है छुरी। छुरी पकड़ के ये चिल्लाती है कोई बीवी, नाज़िबह कर मेरे बच्चे को मैं दुआ दूंगी। मैं किस तरह से निकालूं बदन से जाने हुसैन, बहुत ही साथ है यारा ये इम्तिहान हुसैन। निदाए आइस के सीने से कब्ज़े कर ले जान, कहाँ वो तीरों से चलनी है मेरे रहमान। अभी तो मार के बैठी हता था एक शैतान, और अब तो है तहज़ानु एश मेरे ये कुरान। मैं किस तरह से निकालूं बदन से जाने हुसैन, बहुत ही साथ है यारा ये इम्तिहान हुसैन। मुद्दी हुक्म पे फिक्र ये है यज़दान, हर एक उज़्व ज़ख्मी लगाऊं हाथ कहाँ। खुदा पुकारा ये मुश्किल करेंगे हम आसान, तू निकाल मेरे आशिक़े गरीब की जान। हो मैं किस तरह से निकालूं बदन से मैं खुद निकाल रहा हूँ बदन से जाने हुसैन के खत्म होने को अब है ये इम्तिहान हुसैन के खत्म होने को अब है ये इम्तिहान हुसैन। सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद।
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद। एक बार और मुझे गोद में ले लो हो बाबा, एक बार और मुझे गोद में ले लो हो बाबा, एक बार और मुझे गोद में ले लो बाबा, एक बार और मुझे गोद में ले लो हो बाबा। वाह हुसैना का हुआ शोर हरम में बरपा, हो के रुखसत जो चले घर से शहे कर बो बला, सुन के ये दौड़ी सकीना के ठहर जाओ जरा, एक बार और मुझे गोद में ले लो हो बाबा। बाबा सीने बाबा सीने से सकीना को लगाते जाए, अब कहाँ होगी मुलाकात बताते जाए, तुझको अकबर की कसम गुन चादहन का सदका, एक बार और मुझे गोद में ले लो हो बाबा। सोचती हूँ कि तमाचे कोई मारे ना मेरे, गोशवारे कोई कानों से उतारे ना मेरे, बस इतनी सी हसरत है मुझे, देख लूं आज मैं जी भर के तुम्हारा चेहरा एक बार और मुझे गोद में ले लो हो बाबा।
बुलंदतर सलावत।
बर्बाद हुई न क्यों कर यार तेरी खुदाई, बर्बाद हुई न क्यों कर यार तेरी खुदाई, बर्बाद हुई न क्यों कर यार तेरी खुदाई, बेपर्दा नबी ज़ादी दरबार में जो आई, बेपर्दा नबी ज़ादी दरबार में जो आई, बर्बाद हुई न क्यों कर यार तेरी खुदाई, अब आ भी जा बाबा सीने लगा लो मुझको, अब आ भी जा बाबा सीने लगा लो मुझको, कई दिन गुजर गए हैं मुझे नींद ही ना आई, कई दिन गुजर गए हैं मुझे नींद ही ना आई, बर्बाद हुई न क्यों कर यार तेरी खुदाई, गिरता लम जो देखा सर पीट शाह बोले, गिरता अलम जो देखा सर पीट शाह बोले, ज़ैनब मेरी कमर को गया तोड़ तेरा भाई, ज़ैनब मेरी कमर को गया तोड़ तेरा भाई, बर्बाद हुई न क्यों कर यार तेरी खुदाई, बोली सकीना असगर तेरी कसम है बस गए, तेरी कसम है मुझको पानी नहीं पिया है, तेरे वास्ते में लाई पानी नहीं पिया है, तेरे वास्ते में लाई बर्बाद हुई न क्यों कर यार तेरी खुदाई, बर्बाद हुई न क्यों कर यार तेरी खुदाई। सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि मोहम्मद।
एक बुलंदतर सलवात। अलविदा अलविदा अलविदा, खैमे में आके शाह ने जब अलविदा कहा, कोहराम मच गया, कोहराम मच गया। खैमे में आके शाह ने जब अलविदा कहा, कोहराम मच गया, कोहराम मच गया। था जिसका इंतजार वो साथ करीब है, दिन ढल रहा है शाम में मुसीबत करीब है। कुछ देर की है बात क़यामत करीब है, ज़ैनब गरीब भाई की रुखसत करीब है। ये कह के मांगा माँ का जो कुर्ता सिला हुआ, कोहराम मच गया, कोहराम मच गया। कुछ दूर हट के खैमे में बोले शहे ज़मन, ज़हमत न हो बाजू बढ़ाओ बहन, मैं बोसे लूं वो हाथ के बंधेगी जहां रसन, बाजू बढ़ा के वो रोती थी हमशीर खस्ततन। भाई बहन के बाजू को चूमने लगा, कोहराम मच गया, कोहराम मच गया। ये सुन के बिन्त फातिमा ज़हरा तड़प गई, बोली गला बढ़ाओ बस जल्द अब या अखी, अम्मा की बात आज मुझे याद आ गई, मैं बोस लूं वहां के चलेगी जहां छुरी। ज़ैनब ने बढ़ के चूमा बरादर का जब गला, कोहराम मच गया, कोहराम मच गया। बेटी से फिर ये कहने लगा फातिमा कला, रहना फूफी के पास रखेंगी तेरा ख्याल, गुर्बत है तुम फूफी से ना करना कोई सवाल, वरना तेरा पदर को बहुत होएगा मलाल। फिर सर पे हाथ रख के जो देने लगे दुआ, कोहराम मच गया, कोहराम मच गया। बेटी को जब सुपुत्र बहन कर चुके इमाम, रोकर बहन से करने लगे आसमां मकाम। जाना वतन तो खैर से छुटकर है तिश्ना खाम। कहना लहद पे माँ की मेरा आखिरी सलाम। आया जो लब पे फातिमा जहरा का तज़किरा, कोहराम मच गया, कोहराम मच गया। आबिद से फिर ये कहने लगे शाह करबला, बेवाओं का और यतीमों का अब तुम हो आसरा। जो इम्तिहान मेरा था सब मैंने दे दिया, आगे तेरा जिहाद है बीमार करबला। बीमार बेटा बाप से जिस दम जुदा हुआ, कोहराम मच गया, कोहराम मच गया। खैमे से बाहर आए जो सुल्तान करबला, सर को झुकाए हुए रोते थे खुद अस्पे बावफा। अब किस तरह सवार हो जहरा का लाडला, तन्हाई के सिवा कोई यावर नहीं बचा। जब सूए नहर देख के गाजी को दी सदा, कोहराम मच गया, कोहराम मच गया। खैमे में आके शाह ने जब अलविदा कहा, कोहराम मच गया, कोहराम मच गया। सलवा
One more time. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
जंजीरें उठाओ तुम मेरी, जंजीरें उठाओ तुम मेरी, और इसकी लाश उठाओ मैं, कर मदद मेरी बाके बेटा, हमशीर की कब्र बनाऊं मैं, कर मदद मेरी बाके बेटा, हमशीर की कब्र बनाऊं मैं। दादा ने बड़ी मज़लूमी में था दादी को दफनाया, लेकिन वो मदीना था बाकी, और ये है देश पराया। इस चारे बरस की मज़लूमा, इस चारे बरस की मज़लूमा को गुर्बत में कहाँ दफनाऊं मैं, कर मदद मेरी शमशीर की कब्र बनाऊं मैं, हो जब तुमको रिहाई मिल जाए, फुफियों को वतन पहुंचाना, रह लेंगे यही हम भाई बहन, तुम काफिला गए ले जाना, दफनाते हुए इस बच्ची को, दफनाते हुए इस बच्ची को, जिंदा में अगर मर जाऊं मैं, कर मदद मेरी बाके बेटा, हम शीर की कब्र बनाऊं मैं, दोनों को जुदा मैं कैसे करूं, हिम्मत ही नहीं ये मेरी, दोनों को जुदा मैं कैसे करूं, हिम्मत ही नहीं ये मेरी, है आप के सर से लिपटी हुई, बेजाने ये आपकी बेटी, क्या साथ सकीना के बाबा, क्या साथ सकीना के बाबा, सर आप कभी दफनाऊं मैं, कर मदद मेरी बाके बेटा, हम शीर की कब्र बनाऊं मैं, जंजीरें उठाओ तुम मेरी, जंजीरें उठाओ तुम मेरी, और इसकी लाश उठाओ मैं, कर मदद मेरी बाके बेटा, हम शीर की कब्र बनाऊं मैं। सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद। One more time, salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. There came a time when there was no response. You left me alone, and now you've already gone. I missed you, but now it is too late. I need you, and now I can't see straight. And this is why I bring to you a message that has never been told. A message that the world has seen the seventh heavens cry out. And this is why I bring to you a message from Sakina to Abbas. There came a time where you had gone and left me all alone. My feelings, you raised them, and now I'm all exposed. I saw you, we saw you, now where do I begin? The children are waiting, now where do I begin? The skies waiting for you to reach. I saw your face before you left, and now I feel so cold. My feelings, you raised them, and now I'm all exposed. I looked up and stood up, praying for your return. I looked down and sat down, my life for you I'll yearn, hoping, crying, waiting for you to turn my cheeks. Soon now we'll face the burning pain. I saw your arms divide in two, and now I can't behold my feelings. You raised them, and now I'm all exposed. My auntie, your sister, her dreams have come to close. Living now in darkness, you were her only soul. Now you're gone, living on, only Allah will know our love so deep. Was I not your little rose? Now I began to see a change, and how this only shows my feelings. You raised them, and now I'm all exposed. My lion, my uncle, your story is untold. You loved me and left me, my life for you I'll yearn. Time passed, it didn't last forever in our shadow. Time passed, it didn't last forever in our shadow. My enemy, your enemy, did not give any remorse. I saw my father bring you back, and now my life has sold my feelings. You raised them, and now I'm all exposed. Came a time where you had gone and left me all alone. My feelings, you raised them, and now I'm all exposed. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
सलवात पर मोहम्मद वाले सलाम खाक नशीनों पे सुवारों का गरीब देखते हैं पुरसा तुम्हारे प्यारों का सलाम उन पे जिन्हें शर्म खाए जाती है खुले सरों पे असीरी की खाक आती है सलाम उन पे जो ज़हमत कशे सलासिल है मुसीबतों में इमामत की पहली मंजिल है सलाम भेजते हैं अपनी शाहज़ादी पर कि जिसको सौंप गए मरते वक्त घर सरवर मुसाफरत ने जिसे बेबसी दिखलाई निसार कर दिए बच्चे न बच सका भाई असीर हो के जिसे शामियों के नरगे में हुसैनियत है सिखाना अली के लहजे में सकीना बीबी तुम्हारे गुलाम हाजिर हैं बुझे जो प्यास तो अश्कों के जाम हाजिर हैं ये सिन ये हश्र ये सदमे नए नए बीवी कहाँ पे बैठी हो खैमे तो जल गए बीवी पहाड़ रात बड़ी देर है सवेरे में कहाँ हो शाम में गरीबां के घुप अंधेरे में जमीन गर्म यतीमी की सख्तियां बीवी वो सीना पे जिस पे सोती थी अब कहाँ बीवी जनाब मादर बेशीर को भी सबका सलाम अजीब वक्त है क्या दें तसल्लियों का पयाम
अभी कलेजे में एक आग सी लगी होगी, अभी तो गोद की गर्मी न कम हुई होगी। नई अंधेरे में कुछ सूझता कहाँ ढूंढे, तुम्हारा चांद कहाँ छुप गया, कहाँ ढूंढे। न इस तरह कोई खेती हरी भरी उजड़ी, तुम्हारी मांग भी उजड़ी है, कोक भी उजड़ी। नई लाइनों में इंसान कोई खुदा हाफिज, दरिंदे और ये बेवारसी खुदा हाफिज। शरीक के हक दुरूदो सलाम पैगंबर, सलाम सैयद लौलाक के लुटे घर पर, सलाम मोहसिन इस्लाम खस्ता लाशो, सलाम तुम के शहीदों के बेकफन लाशो, सलाम तुम पे रसूलो बुतुल के प्यारो, सलाम मेहर शहादत के गिर्द सैयारो। बचे तो अगले बरस हम हैं और ये गम फिर है, जो चल बसे तो ये अपना सलाम आखिर है।
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आलि मुहम्मद।
बुलंदतर सलावत।
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आलि मुहम्मद।
और दीगर सलावात।
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आलि। You guys can please move to the form.
I can request the mu'mineen, the brothers, to please move in here as far as you can. Come closer. Jazakumullah khairan. Those in the back there, please. My brother, yeah, I see you there. Hey. Yeah. Come. Don't worry. Why your brother sitting there? Come here, mashallah. There's plenty of room. Please. You guys.
على محمد وآل محمد.
Brothers,
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
those of you who study physics and chemistry, you know the electrons that are at the core, they're the hardest to leave from the shell, you know. So the electrons wandering in the back, they might quickly disappear, you know. So please move in, brothers. Mashallah, there's plenty of room. Please, let's move this way because I think more people are coming.
Over here, please.
So can I request the mu'mineen to recite Allah salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad? Please move it forward. Jazakumullah. Come in and sit. Those of you who are hiding also behind there where I was hiding as well, please, I notice where. Come, move forward, please, come. I'm seeing you. Come on, yeah, please, Jazakallah khair. Ahsantum. There are some brothers who are coming right now, inshallah, and then it will be. Ahsantum. Before we begin, inshallah, first of all, for the arwah of all marhumin, mu'mineen and mu'minat, especially for the arwah of all you marhumin, mu'mineen and mu'minat, and for the marhumin of our brother Hajj Munsif Bhimani and his wife Fatima, rahimallah, man qara al-Fatiha ma'a as-salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم الصراط الذين غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. We'll begin inshallah with the recitation of Hadith al-Kisa. Then we'll have a short break. Then we'll begin inshallah with the discussion for our topic inshallah. I do beg for your forgiveness. I'm down with a cold, so my voice is not the greatest. But if you really don't like to listen to my voice, most of you have your phones. I have Hadith al-Kisa on YouTube. You can listen to it on YouTube. It's much better quality voice-wise. These days you find people on the majalis, mashallah, sitting down with headphones in their ears and they're, looking at their phones. So the Shaykh is lecturing and mashallah, people are, God knows what they're listening to.
صل على محمد وآل محمد.
حديث الكساء. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. عن فاطمة الزهراء عليها السلام بنت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم أنها قالت: دخل علي أبي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم في بعض الأيام فقال: السلام عليك يا فاطمة. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا أبتاه. فقال لي: يا فاطمة إني أجد في بدني ضعفا. فقلت له: أعيذك بالله يا أبتاه من الضعف. فقال لي: يا فاطمة ائتيني بالكساء اليماني فغطيني به. فأتيته بالكساء اليماني فغطيته به وصرت أنظر إليه وإذا وجهه يتلألأ كأنه البدر في ليلة تمامه وكماله. فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولد الحسن عليه السلام قد أقبلا وقال: السلام عليك يا أماه. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي. فقال لي: يا أماه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جدي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. فقلت: نعم، ها هو تحت الكساء. فأقبل الحسن عليه السلام نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا جداه يا رسول الله. أتأذن لي أن أكون معك تحت الكساء؟ فقال: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا صاحب حوضي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل الحسن عليه السلام معه تحت الكساء. فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولد الحسين عليه السلام قد أقبلا وقال: السلام عليك يا أماه. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي. فقال لي: يا أماه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جدي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. فقلت: نعم، ها هو مع أخيك تحت الكساء. فدنا الحسين عليه السلام نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا جداه، السلام عليك يا من اختاره الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكما تحت الكساء؟ فقال صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: وعليك السلام يا ولدي، ويا شافع أمتي قد أذنت لك. فدخل الحسين عليه السلام معهما تحت الكساء، وعند ذلك أقبل أبو الحسن علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام وقال: السلام عليك يا بنت رسول الله. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا أبا الحسن ويا أمير المؤمنين. فقال لي: يا فاطمة، إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة أخي وابن عمي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. فقلت: نعم، ها هو مع ولديك تحت الكساء. فأقبل علي عليه السلام نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ فقال صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: وعليك السلام يا أخي ووصي وصاحب لوائي، نعم قد أذنت لك. فدخل علي عليه السلام معهم تحت الكساء. ثم أتيت نحو الكساء وقلت: السلام عليك يا أبتاه يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أدخل معكم تحت الكساء؟ فقال صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: وعليك السلام يا بنتي ويا بضعتي، قد أذنت لك. فدخلت معهم تحت الكساء. فلما اكتملنا جميعا تحت الكساء، أخذ أبي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله بطرفي الكساء وأومأ بيده اليمنى إلى السماء وقال: اللهم هؤلاء أهل بيتي وخاصتي وحامتي، لحمهم لحمي ودمهم دمي، يؤلمني ما يؤلمهم ويحزنني ما يحزنهم. أنا حرب لمن حاربهم، وسلم لمن سالمهم، وعدو لمن عاداهم، ومحب لمن أحبهم. إنهم مني وأنا منهم، فاجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك وغفرانك ورضوانك علي وعليهم، وأذهب عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. فقال الله عز وجل: يا ملائكتي ويا سكان سماواتي، إني ما خلقت سماء مبنيا ولا أرضا مدحيا ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئا ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري، إلا في محبة هؤلاء الخمسة الذين هم تحت الكساء. فقال الأمين جبرائيل عليه السلام: يا رب، ومن تحت الكساء؟ فقال عز وجل: هم أهل بيت النبوة ومعدن الرسالة، هم فاطمة وأبوها وبعلها وبنوها.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
فقال الأمين جبرائيل عليه السلام: يا رب، أتأذن لي أن أهبط إلى الأرض لأكون معهم سادسا؟ فقال عز وجل: نعم قد أذنت لك. فهبط الأمين جبرائيل عليه السلام وقال لأبي: السلام عليك يا رسول الله، العلي الأعلى يقرئك السلام ويخصك بالتحية والإكرام ويقول لك وعزتي وجلالي إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدحية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئا ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا لأجلكم ومحبتكم، وقد أذن لي أن أهبط إلى الأرض لأكون معكم سادسا، فهل تأذن لي يا رسول الله؟ فقال صلى الله عليه وآله وعليك السلام يا أمين وحي الله، إنه نعم قد أذنت لك. فدخل الأمين جبرائيل عليه السلام معنا تحت الكساء. عند ذلك قال لأبي إن الله قد أوحى إليكم يقول إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فقال علي عليه السلام لأبي يا رسول الله أخبرني ما لجلوسنا هذا تحت الكساء من الفضل عند الله سبحانه وتعالى. فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا إلا ونزلت عليهم الرحمة وحفت بهم الملائكة واستغفرت لهم إلى أن يتفرقوا. فقال علي عليه السلام إذن والله فزنا وفاز شيعتنا ورب الكعبة. فقال أبي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم يا علي والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا وفيهم مهمومون إلا وفرج الله هما ولا مغموم إلا وكشف الله غما ولا طالب حاجة إلا وقضى الله حاجته. فقال علي عليه السلام إذن والله فزنا وسعدنا وكذلك شيعتنا فازوا وسعدوا في الدنيا والآخرة ورب الكعبة. إلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات and for the fulfillment of the hajat, قضاء الحوائج, and for the shifa of the marid, especially for the arwah of all our marhumin and the marhumin of the Bhimani family. رحم الله من يقرأ الفاتحة مع الصلوات. اللهم صل على محمد. محمد وآل محمد صلوات. We give our condolences to Bibi Fatima al-Zahra alayhi salam in these days of Adha, and may Allah accept our azadari in commemoration of the martyrdom of Imam Hussein and his family in Karbala. As is our usual tradition, we have this program every year. This is our 10th majlis in this home. We thank everybody who has supported us through the years, as well as all those who come in from far and wide to be with us on this special occasion every year. I also would like to thank Sheikh, who came all the way from Alberta to be with us today. Despite the fact that he has a very busy schedule during these months of Allah, Sheikh has made the special effort to be with us here today, and we thank him for that. It is also a very sad majlis for us. As many of you know, in the last year we have lost two very special people.
About a year ago, my uncle, Oni Mamdani, who would be with us here in every majlis, fell ill and subsequently passed away after a pneumonia. More recently, as my father was saying, Fatim's uncle, Shilubai Kara, suddenly passed away from complications of chemotherapy. These two were very special individuals, people who enjoyed, who loved their life, but also were devout Muslims and lovers of Abu Abdullah alayhi salam, and have attended our majalis in the past. Along with that, there are many who have attended who are not here, and for all of them, please recite the Surah Al-Fatiha. When our uncles fell ill, they told us they would come back to us. They went to hospitals, received multiple treatments, and eventually succumbed to their illness. We felt it very hard to accept their loss. But we remember the loss of another hero of Karbala, who also promised that he would come back, but he didn't. And remembering this hero of Karbala makes our loss seem very light. To remember this great hero, and in memory of our uncles, Marhum Oni Mamdani and Marhum Shilubai Kara, I call upon Shani Kara with a special recitation.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Jabrida sar se chini, main sada deti rahi, tu na aaya ghazi. Jabrida sar se chini, मैं सदा देती रही, तू ना आया गाज़ी। आले इमरान कहाँ और जिंदान कहाँ, ये बहन कैद से छिनी, मैं सदा देती रही, तू ना आया गाज़ी। हमको पानी ना मिले, तेरी खुशबू तो रहे, तेरे बाजू ना कटे, चाहे मशकी छिदे, ये मगर हो ना सका, तेरे बाजू है जुदा, मुझ पे है तशना नबी, तू ना आया गाज़ी। धूप में तू था शजर, तुझसे आबाद था घर, शरीर तू ना आया गाजी। क्या कहूँ शेर मेरे बेरिदा हमको लिए, ये मुसलमान सारे शहर दर शहर गए। खिलकते कूफा कभी, खिलकते शाम कभी, बारहा हम पे हंसी तू ना आया गाजी। कैद खाने में कज़ा जब सकीना को मिली, देख के कुर्ते का कफन बच्ची दफनाई गई। उस घड़ी नाम तेरा सूरत नादे अली बस में दोहराती रही तू ना आया गाजी। जब रिदा सर से छिनी मैं सदा देती रही तू ना आया गाजी। सूरत मुबारकत अल-फातिहा। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम वल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन बारि'ल खलाइक़ अजमईन बाअसिल अंबिया'i वल मुरसलीन थुम्मा अस्सलातु वस्सलामु अला अशरफिल अंबिया'i व सय्यिदिल मुरसलीन हबीबि इलाहिल आलमीन अल मुस्तफा अबिल क़ासिम मुहम्मद। وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله. السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله. السلام عليك يا غريب كربلاء. رزقنا الله في الدنيا زيارتكم وشفاعتكم في الدنيا والآخرة. أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه المجيد وقرآنه الحميد وقوله الحق: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل إنما أعظكم بواحدة أن تقوموا لله مثنى وفرادا ثم تتفكروا. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
We are commemorating these nights or these days the Shahada of Imam al-Hussein salamullahi alayhi, as well as Imam al-Sajjad salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhim ajma'een. And hence we will discuss inshaAllah the aims approach or strategy of Al-Imam Al-Hussein and Imam Al-Sajjad, salamullahi alayhim, in keeping the message of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi alive. AIM's strategy is A for akhlaq. Oh, sorry, A for aqa'id. A for aqa'id. The I for instilling ahkam. M for manners, and S for solutions. The ayah we just recited is one of the wonders of the Holy Quran. In fact, the whole Quran is a wonder and a miracle. Speaking on this note, I would like to remind the mu'mineen and the mu'minat that no matter what you read about some writers who may be good writers, they may have good writing skills, who criticize Islam, criticize the Quran, create doubts about the Holy Quran, don't be fooled by these writers. They may be good writers. However, once you dig deeper into their arguments, first of all, to the best of my knowledge, none of these writers is actually an expert in the Arabic language. To the best of my knowledge, none of them is an expert in the Arabic language. Even if he or she may be an Arab, just being an Arab does not make you an expert in the language. The Quranic Arabic is different from the conversational Arabic today. In the hawzat or at the universities, there are people who get PhDs in Arabic literature, Arabic grammar. So it's not something that just the minute you speak Arabic, tell us now you understand everything. It doesn't work that way. So all those people, to the best of my knowledge, so far that I have come across, who have criticized the Quran or have made commentaries against the Quran, none of them is an expert of Arabic language and Arabic literature. None of them. In fact, most of them are not even Arabs altogether. Yes, they have good writing skills. So sometimes when you read what they're writing, these arguments may appear convincing initially. But once you dig deeper, then you realize there's nothing here. The whole thing collapses. But who has the ability to dig deeper? It's the ulama. That's why the ulama are important. The lay people, the average people might be fooled by these arguments, irrespective of their background, academic background. You may have a doctor, you can have a lawyer, you can have somebody with a PhD, but their religious background is weak. So when they read some of these arguments, unfortunately they start to adopt them and create doubts in their minds. That's something that we need to be aware of. Inshallah, I'll come to address this when I talk about the aqa'id portion, inshallah, of our discussion. The ayah from Surah Saba summarizes the whole message of Islam. If they ask you to summarize the message of Islam in one sentence, what would you say? This ayah gives it to you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَعِظُكُمْ بِوَاحِدَةٍ. Say, I admonish you with one thing. One thing. I'll summarize the whole message in one thing, one line. What is the line? أَن تَقُومُوا لِلَّهِ مَثْنَى وَفُرَادَى ثُمَّ تَتَفَكَّرُوا. تَقُومُ قِيَام literally means to stand up. Al-qiyam ضد القعود. To stand up. That's what literally it means. أن تقوموا لله. To stand up for the sake of Allah. What does stand up for the sake of Allah mean? Does not mean literally to stand up, but rather it means to be always on the path of Allah, to be dynamic, to be moving always, working always on the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. not for the sake of publicity. If they don't mention my name, I'm not donating, like some people do. Or for the sake of writing my name on the plaque. If you don't write my name on the plaque, then forget about it. You're not receiving any donation. Although some people try to justify it, they say, it's not my name, it's the name of my marhumeen. So I tell them, Allah does not know who your marhumeen are. He does not know who's giving. I remember a person once told me we need to do some fundraising. He had some idea. He said, we'll publish the names of the donors. I told them, why do we need to publish the names of the donors? Because Allah knows what. He says, no, then they won't donate. I told them, then are they really donating qurbatan ila Allah or for their name to be mentioned? Let's be, who are you fooling? Are you fooling Allah or fooling yourself? So be straightforward. If you want your name to be mentioned, khalas. Don't then say qurbatan ila Allah ta'ala. You're not doing it qurbatan ila Allah ta'ala. That's why Allah says in the Quran, should I inform you about the biggest losers? Al-akhsarina a'mala. الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون صنعا. Those who their actions are misguided in dunya, but they think they're doing good deeds. He's donating, he's giving, he said, Ya Allah, I built a masjid, I built a Imam Barga, I built, yes, but you wanted your name to be mentioned in all of these things. You know, doesn't know qurbatan ila Allah ta'ala. So what do you want right now? What do you need? What do you want right now? You want it to be mentioned, you were mentioned. Allah says, أَن تَقُومُوا لِلَّهِ. Work for the sake of Allah. Constantly be on the path of Allah for the sake of Allah. In groups and individually. Mathna means in duality. So when you're working in groups. وَفُرَادَ, individually. Any action you do as a community, do it for the sake of Allah. When you bond together, bond for the sake of Allah. Don't bond and gang together against someone for the sake of dunya, like some people do. They get together to kick somebody out. They get together to fight against this president or that president, and so on and so forth, for the sake of dunya, not for the sake of akhirah. So don't band together, get together for the sake of dunya, but for the sake of akhirah, Allah. And taqumu lillah, mathna and individually. Any action you do for the sake of Allah. And then you reflect, what have we done? What have I done? The other day a mu'min asked me, he said, Sheikh, what are we going to be doing? What do you recommend we do now that we are reaching, the age of 40, 50? What do we do in our life? I told them, sit down and think. What have I done for my akhirah? What have I done for Ahlul Bayt? Alayhim as-salam. If I leave dunya and I face Ahlul Bayt, I face Allah, what am I going to say? Yes, I prayed, alhamdulillah. I did my salat, I did my fast, which is good. Everything is good. You'll get your ajr, inshallah, and thawab, and you'll make it into Jannah. But why aim at such a mediocre life? Aim big. Go big. You have individuals, for example, who establish charities where they're helping thousands of people. You have individuals, for example, mashallah, who are establishing orphanages. Some people who are establishing hospitals. People, and so on and so forth. People writing books. People holding conferences, and so on. What have we accomplished? So that in addition to my work, I just worked. I went to my work, I came back from work, and khalas. I did my salat. You'll get the ajr, inshallah. You're getting the ajr for the salat and the siyam and all this. But then what? What else have you done? What else have we accomplished? So we reflect. Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam tried to instill this important value in the hearts and minds of mu'mineen, of Muslims. And for that sake they were killed and persecuted and martyred, salamullahi alayhim ajma'in. When it comes to aqa'id, Aqidah is extremely important. What is Aqidah? Aqidah is your belief. Your belief in Allah, your belief in the prophets, your belief in the hereafter, your belief in the ma'sumeen, the imams alayhim salam, and your belief in Allah's divine justice, adala. That's your Aqidah. Shura. That's our ID as Muslims. If you ask me, what is your Islamic ID? This is my Islamic ID. This is what makes me a Muslim. And the belief in the Imamah makes me a follower of Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. Immediately after the Prophet's death, people who came afterwards started to distort the aqidah of the people, manipulating the aqaid. Especially when Bani Umayyah came to power. When Muawiyah came to power and then the Umayyads, the aqaid started to get distorted quite a lot. Big distortion of aqidah. The belief in Allah was shaken. The belief in the Quran was shaken. The belief in the Prophet was shaken. They started fabricating ahadith against Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, stating, for example, that the Prophet came to Salat one day, and in the middle of the Salat he realizes that he has not done ghusl, the wajib ghusl. So he goes, he does his wajib ghusl and comes back. His hair is dripping of the water. He did not even dry his hair, so that he can stand and pray among the Muslimin, with the Muslims, because he rushed to do his ghusl and come back. This thing we don't even accept from a alim, not even a alim, an ordinary man who's an imam of a jama'ah. How can we accept it to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? But when they have such a hadith, it justifies then some of their actions. You have an Umayyad Khalifa, for example, coming to lead Salat al-Fajr drunk. And instead of praying 2 raka'at, he prays 8 raka'at. And he turns back and he says, should I add more? Do you want more? They said, no, enough. Khalas, jazakallah khair. I said, that's it, 8 raka'at is enough. Or one day he's drunk, another Umayyad Khalifa drunk, staying up the night with his women. Then he tells one of his women, you go lead Salat al-Fajr, you go lead Salat al-Jama'ah. He puts his turban on her head, he said, you go. And the Muslims are forced to follow her, to follow this. When they do these things, they justify it. They say, well, if the Prophet himself one day came to the Salat, and he did not do his ghusl, so it's okay. I mean, if we do these things. That's how they started to distort the aqidah and the Prophets. The Prophet can make mistakes. The Prophet can forget. Wal-'iyadu billah. That's why in the aqidah of Ahlul Bayt, we reject all these ahadith. The Prophets, all of them, are infallible. They don't make mistakes. And they never make a sin, of course. And therefore, all the verses in the Quran that may suggest that a Prophet may have made a mistake, he may have committed a sin, etc., etc., all these verses, Ahlul Bayt tried to interpret them, to educate the Shia and the Mu'mineen that they do not mean the literal word of committing a sin or making a mistake. A good book, if you want to refer to, which has been translated into English, is Kitab al-Tawheed by Sheikh al-Saduq. Sheikh al-Saduq has written a book. This is more than 1,000 years ago. He died in the year 381 Hijri. So more than 1,000 years ago, Sheikh al-Saduq died. Kitab al-Tawheed. In it he lists some of those. And there's another book he has written also, Sheikh al-Saduq, called Uyun Akhbar al-Rida, alayhi salam, Imam al-Rida, where he talks about some of the discussions between Imam al-Rida and the Ma'mun al-Abbasi, explaining some of these verses in the Quran, defending the infallibility of the prophets, the Usman of the Anbiya. So that's important. The Aqidah is extremely important. Today we live in a world where our aqa'id are being bombarded right, left and center with doubts. Just the other day I received an email from a person saying that I am at the university, a graduate student, and learning about all these theories. Certain biological theories, the theory of evolution, the other theories. Some writers write about, for example, science is behind every phenomena. Science explains everything these days. We don't need God anymore. Things like. And so this person saying, what do we do with this? Like, where do we? So this person's aqidah was gone because this person is saying, I am now having doubts. The other day also a parent called me and said, my son went to school. He learned about the theory of evolution. And now he comes home and says, Father, I don't think there is any, there is no creation anymore. This is what they're teaching us in the school. In fact, in this Muharram series that I gave in London, UK, the real London, not the fake London. No, I'm just kidding. I was, thinking maybe London, Ontario should really make the driving on the opposite side, just so that they go, we're in line with London, London. Anyways, I was in London, UK. I gave a whole 10 series of lectures. Part of these misconceptions were discussed. I gave a whole lecture on the theory of evolution. From a scientific perspective, those who might be aware, I have a PhD in chemistry. So from a scientific perspective, we discussed the theory of evolution. Nonetheless, some of our youth are reading some of these theories. They're saying, I don't think, their doubts are being raised in their minds, and it's shaking their aqidah. Some people are writing books reading books written by maybe some prominent scientists. Or prominent good writers. Like I said, there are some people who are really good writers. They write well, some good writers, right? Some people read these books. And then they started getting doubts. Is there a creator? Is there no creator? And people say, like, this is a professor, he's a very well-known professor. He's like, a very famous person. We respond, we say, you know what? Those of you who are in academia, you guys know, sometimes in your own field of expertise, in your own field, part of my research was about kidney stones when I was doing my PhD. In the field of kidney stones, the experts of kidney stones, they are split on how they form. How do the kidney stones form? I attended some of the conferences. You have one expert, he's published tens of papers, gets up and says, this is how kidney stones form. Sits down, another expert who's also published tons of papers, gets up and says, no, this is how they form. So he's an expert in the field. This is in the field, same field. And they differ in their opinion. This is within their field. Now, how about when they step out of their field? Now he's talking about theology, aqa'id. This is not his field. In your own field, there could be differences of opinions. That's when you're expert in your own field. How about when you step out of your... I know you could be a professor in the biggest world, who cares? So what? He's not ma'soom, he's not infallible. Just because, he's Professor so... Yes, I know Professor so. So what? So what? We respect his knowledge. This is his own theory, his own ideas. Doesn't mean they're valid. So aqa'id now, today, are being shaken. The same thing that was happening at the time of the Imam al-Hussein salamullah alayhi. Yazid ibn Muawiyah, for example, would stand and says, leave the masajid to the naive people who go and inhabit them. Those people go to the masjid, they're naive. We're the upper class, we're the modern people. Today, modern. How many times have you heard people saying, these people are modern? Modern. Have you heard that? They're modern. What do they mean by modern? I tell them, don't use the word modern. That's the wrong use. Say they're not religious. Don't use modern. They're not religious people. Modern, what's wrong with us? We don't live in caves. We also use smartphones, and we use tablets and all these things, computers and I don't live in a cave. We drive nice cars, we live in good houses. So, we're modern too. It's those people who are, they're backward. They're not modern. Because they don't follow the laws of Allah. They're not religious. Don't call them modern. But this concept was introduced at a time, those of you who are elders, maybe from Pakistan, India, even in Iraq. In Iraq, same this, when universities start being introduced by the imperial powers, back in the early 1900s, when these universities started being built by these imperial powers, people who went to these universities were the educated class. Some of those people became non-religious because of what they used to teach at the university. And so you had a disparity. You had the educated class who was non-religious, or some of them non-religious, and you had those who did not go to university. So those upper class, educated class, were looking down upon those people who did not go to education. Say, look at, these are backward people. We are the modern people. And you find them taking off the hijab, and so on and so forth. Some of you who might be familiar, those of you from the, 60, 70 years ago, you might be familiar with that kind of concept. Same thing happened. That's where the idea came from. This idea is not a new idea. Yazid used it. Yazid used the exact same idea. Leave the masajid to the naive people. The naive people, the uneducated class. Let them inhabit. We go to the place of drinking. We go drink alcohol. We're the educated ones. Naive people in the masjid, the non-naive people, the smart people, intellectuals go to these places of drinking. And then he justifies it. He says Allah never used a verse in the Quran to say woe upon those who drink. Waylun lish-sharibin. Never says that. But he says waylun lil-musallin. Woe upon those who pray. In Surah Al-Ma'un, فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِم سَهُونَ. Ayah saying of those who forget their salat, those who don't take care of their salat, well, he does not use that. So when people who are uneducated, religiously uneducated, they may be educated academically, could be a professor, hears this, says, oh yeah, that's true, you know. Allah never says woe upon the people who drink. So it's okay to drink. He says woe upon those who pray. So these fabrications and the aqa'id are not new. What we see today. What we need to do, what we need to realize is that the aqidah of Ahlul Bayt alayhim wassalam is the strongest and the most solid aqidah in the world today. There is no doubt about it. The faith and Islam of Ahlul Bayt alayhim wassalam is the strongest and the most solid. So don't be brainwashed, carried away by some of these doubts that people write about. I remember once I was invited to discuss with a professor of philosophy who's an atheist at the University of Alberta, in Canada, in Edmonton. He came up, he spoke for 20 minutes or so about whatever theory he had. I got up. Within a few minutes, I told him, listen, I'm going to speak to you not as a man of religion, but as a scientist. You know, part of my research that I did in my undergrad was on diabetes. 80% of diabetic patients die from heart failure. And there's different theories. Why does that happen? So scientists meet every year and they try to discuss this issue. I told him, imagine if one year a person gets up in the middle of this conference and says, listen, I figured it out. All you guys are wrong. All you doctors, scientists, all you guys, you're just wasting time. The reason why 80% of diabetic patients die, you know, from heart failure is because of a random process of evolution. That's all. It's finished, done. I told him, what do you think the reaction of the scientific community will be to this person? What are they going to do to them? And if they want to be polite, they'll say this is nonsense. They want to be polite. I told him, if a scientific community cannot accept that a heart can fail from a random process of evolution, how do you want me as a scientist to accept that this whole universe came into existence through a random process of evolution? All these reactions, all this perfection, all these things that happen in this universe, random process? Scientifically speaking here, logically speaking. Believe me, it didn't take me more than 5 minutes. He's a professor of philosophy. Professor emeritus, by the way. It means, mashallah, he's had years of experience. Not 5 minutes, his whole argument collapsed. He looked at me and he said, maybe we don't understand the source. I said, we're not discussing about the understanding of the source. Our discussion is on the existence of the source. And you just admitted that there is a source. He said, maybe we don't understand the source. Our discussion is not on the understanding the source. Is there a source or is there not? You want to call it a source, you want to call it whatever you want to call it, I'll call it Allah, God. Khalas, he kept quiet, no argument. That's it, done. 5 minutes, finished.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
And it's such a logical argument. Yes, these people might have big titles. They might write really good books. They have good writing skills. They may be good writers. But when people start reading them, say, yeah, you know, this makes sense. It's true. Yeah, how could this happen? How could that happen? How could this? But it does not take more than 5 minutes to the whole argument collapses when the ulama get in. When people who have the knowledge. That's why Allah says, ask those who have the knowledge. So if you ever read any such things, any such issues that may cast a doubt, create a doubt in your aqeedah, immediately ask those who have the knowledge. From the madhab of Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. And there is an answer. Ahlul Bayt gave us answers to every aqeedah theological issue. So Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam emphasized the issue of aqeedah. So did Imam al-Sajjad salamullahi alayhi. Imam al-Sajjad, if you read Sahih al-Sajjadiyah, full of aqa'id, full of beliefs to strengthen the aqidah of the Muslims that is being distorted by the Umayyads. So aqidah is extremely important. That's one thing that we need to focus on as individuals, and make sure that our children also understand the importance of the aqidah, the belief in Allah, the belief in Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam, to submit to Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam, to submit to Allah, taslim. Taslim. The stronger your belief is in Ahlul Bayt, the stronger your submission will be. We don't have good belief in Ahlul Bayt. That's why we do whatever we want. We do whatever we want. We want to worship Allah the way we want, not the way Allah wants. Just like Iblis. What was the problem of Iblis? Allah told him, do sujood to Adam. Wallah ya Rab, I don't want to do sujood to Adam. I'll do sujood to you. I've been doing sujood to you for thousands of years. Iblis, according to Imam Ali alayhi salam, did 2 sajdas to Allah. 2 sajdas. Iblis. Each one was for 1,000 years. 1,000 years of, I don't know, dunya, or 1,000 years of akhir. We don't know. Each one, he was jinn, he was from the jinn, but elevated to the status of the angels. So imagine his taqwa, his piety. But he fell. He failed. Because Allah told him, do sujood to Adam. No, I will do sujood to you. Allah told him, Iblis, you worship me the way I want, not the way you want. The way I teach you to worship me, you worship me, not the way you want to worship me. We say, no, leave religion the way I like. Don't talk to me about hijab. Don't talk to me about, for example, paying my khums. Don't talk to me about being a good Muslim. Leave that. It's none of your business. I will do salat, I'll do fasting. Khalas, this is. No, I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. You have to do iman and amal salih. Amal salih means your actions. It means it comes as a package. Your hijab is important. Your salat is important. Your siyam is important. Your hajj is important. Your khums is important. Your manners are also important. It's package. We don't worship Allah the way we want, the way He wants. That's aqeedah. So that's why aqaid is extremely important. That's one. Second, instilling ahkam. Ahkam are very important. We need to take care of our salat, take care of our fast, take care of the laws that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent us. Among these ahkam, if you open the risala of the maraja, the book of laws of maraja, there is a section sometimes that's called ibadat. This section usually includes tahara, like wudu, how to do wudu, how to do ghusl. All these are very important things. I remember one day I saw a young man, was about 15, 16 years old, and does not know about ghusl. Does not know how to do ghusl. Never heard of it. Another young man, about 17 years of age, doesn't know how to do ghusl, the wajib ghusl. So your parents, the parents have a responsibility. You must teach your children about these things. A girl becomes baligha, she needs to learn about these ahkam. A boy becomes baligh, he needs to learn about these ahkam. These are important. This is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala laid out the path for us. We follow Him the way He wants. People tell me, Sheikh, I go do shower. Why do I do wudu? Khalas, I'm clean. So it's not about the being clean. It's about being clean the way Allah wants you to be clean. About being tahir. Wudu is a state of tahara, not just cleanliness. Knowing what is tahir and what is najis. I see a lot of people don't distinguish between those two concepts. Some people have blood, see blood on the table, they come, they pick up a tissue and they wipe it and khalas on them. You cleaned it, you didn't make a tahir, this is still najis. People have no concept sometimes of najas or tahara. No concept. This is najis still, you need water to clean this up. Wiped it off, you removed the aynun najasa, you removed the blood. Now you need to take a little bit of water and pour it on top. Once, khalas, once you remove it, aynun najasa. If it's urine, no, it has to be twice. You remove the najasa and dump water twice. Unless you have running water. So these ahkam are important to learn. People sometimes don't understand what is tahir and what is najis. They think if it's clean, it's tahir. No, it's not. So these ahkam are important. These called the ibadat. Tahara, wudu, ghusl, salat, how to perform salat, fasting, ahkam of fasting, ahkam of khum. These are all ibadat. Then there's another section called mu'amalat. Dealing with people. Business, contracts, marriage, divorce, etc., etc. Issues where you deal with people. This is part of the ahkam. And that latter part, we unfortunately don't care much. You have people who think that salat is good, I pray, which is very good, of course. Salat is very good. I fast. Some people say I go for ziyarah every year. Now it's the time of ziyarah. They go, every year I go for arba'in, I walk, which is good, alhamdulillah. They come back, they steal from people, they cheat people, they oppress people. They have some egos, wal-'iyadu billah, that they feel I am the one and the only one. There are areas, I've been to some centers where they say certain areas, certain seats, nobody can sit because it's reserved for some elite people. If you go sit in their seat, they'll get upset. What Islam is this? Go pray whatever you want. You have not understood the essence of salat, if that's how you treat people. What car do you drive? My car is better than your car. What house do you live in? My house is better than your house. And sometimes we may not say it, but the way we act, egotistical. I've seen sometimes some individuals that say, oh, that center, most people who go to that center, they're not really that. This is the place where we go to here, those people go to other places. They say, what do you mean? I say, oh, just look at the cars that park, they're poor people here. So subhanAllah, what are you talking about? One day a person told me, wallah, sometimes you get shocked with what you hear from people. These are people who you think they're mu'mineen. A person said, why do these poor people come to our mosque? Let's build them a separate mosque. Wallah, this is what he said. Let's build them a separate mosque so we build it for them. But they go to that. I told them, what are you talking about? This is what Quraysh said to the Prophet. Quraysh, Abu Sufyan came to the Prophet, Abu Jahl came to the Prophet. They said, listen, we'll believe in you. We'll believe in you. But kick out these poor people, Ammar, Bilal, kick those out. And we will believe in you. Make it a club. A club. You see sometimes go to clubs, you pay like $1 million membership, that's only you're allowed. Make it a club. And we'll believe in you. Those guys kick them out. Prophet told him, what nonsense are you talking about? Abu Jahl came to the Prophet and said, you say that Bilal, who was my slave, Bilal, my slave, is equal to me? He said, no, I didn't say that. I said, really? He said, yes. Bilal is better than you. Bilal is a mu'min. You're a kafir. But he's African, he's black, I am from Arabia, I'm Arab, blah, blah, blah. Allah, go to Jahannam. And he went to Jahannam. We have that kind of attitude in our communities. Wallah, I heard it from somebody who you think he's a mu'min. Somebody who comes to salat, goes to ziyarah, has been to hajj many times, says, why do these poor people come, Build them somewhere else. What kind of Islam is this? And we think we're Shia. We're far from being Shia. We don't understand the ahkam. That's why Ahlul Bayt instilled the ahkam. Imam al-Hussein on the day of Ashura walks to a slave that he freed. By the name of Aslam, or sometimes they call him Wadih. He was Turkish slave of the Imam. Imam freed him. But he chose to stay with the Imam and was killed. Imam Hussein walked to him moments before he closes his eyes. And Imam al-Hussein hugged him and put his cheek on his cheek. Picked him up and hugged him. Wadih opens his eyes. He says, Man mithli wa khaddu ibn Rasulillah ala khaddi. Who's like me and the cheek of the Prophet's son is touching my cheek. And he smiles and dies. And Imam al-Hussein does the same thing to his own son Ali al-Akbar. These are not just stories we hear about and we walk about and say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi. No. These are lessons. Imam is teaching us. John, the slave, who was a former slave, he was also freed. John was African. Wadih was Turkish slave, was freed. Ali al-Akbar, Habib ibn Madahir, was from a big tribe, Arab tribe, native Arab, Hur, native Arab tribe, big names, wealthy people. They're all equal. They're all equal. I treat them all equally. They're all shuhada. They're all my followers. Imam Hussein walks to Al-Hur ibn Yazid al-Riyahi, and he walks to this Turkish slave. Don't tell me let's build them a different house or build them a different place. Then you're no different than Abu Jahl. Don't say I'm a Shia. We have this kind of egos. This is destroying our communities. Wal-'iyadu billah. Let's be frank. Some people don't like me because I'm sometimes straightforward. But let's be frank. This guy goes to president, I hate him. So I'll fight against him, try to put him down. The minute he comes down, I run for presidency, I become president. Now he gangs up against me. Payback time. What kind of, what Islam is this? What Islam is this? And then you have a lobby, just like the US lobby. In the back, they're working behind the scenes. I'm the big donor. If things don't go my way, then it's the highway. And you have people adhering to this. Okay, khalas boss, no problem. Things will work your way. So go to ziyarah as many times as you wish, but you have not understood the essence of the ziyarah. Pray as much as you can, but you have not understood the essence of salat. Umar ibn Sa'ad also used to pray. On the day of Ashura, he also stood up for salat. Umar ibn Sa'ad. Then he kills Imam al-Hussein. So what? It's not about the salat. That's why we have a hadith from the Prophet. He says the most difficult law that Allah has prescribed upon Muslims is to take justice from each other. To be fair. That's more difficult than salat. To be fair. I need to be fair to people. How do I want you to treat me? I will treat you the same way, with dignity. That is the most difficult law, according to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The most difficult law.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
I'll respect you, qurbatan ila Allah ta'ala. But you respect me also qurbatan ila Allah. Not because I'm rich, or because I'm sheikh, or because I'm educated, or because I have money. No. Qurbatan ila Allah ta'ala. Whether you are a Bilal, or whether you are a John, or whether you are a Habib or a Hur. You're all equal. That takes me to the manners part. That's why manners are extremely important. Ahlul Bayt worked on Qa'id. They worked on instilling the proper ahkam and akhlaq. Manners. Manners are extremely important. How do we deal with each other? How do we behave with one another? How do we respect one another? Akhlaq, manners. Imam al-Sajjad alayhi salam has a dua called dua makarim al-akhlaq. The perfection of human character. I tell the mu'mineen, whenever you go for ziyarah, read this dua at the holy shrines, because it brings barakah. And ask Allah, when you read the dua, say, Ya Allah, make me have these, exhibit these good qualities and characteristics. Make me a person with makarim al-akhlaq. Read this dua. See what the Imam is talking about. Read the akhlaq of the mu'mineen. Salman goes with Abu Darda. Abu Darda, the Prophet made him the brother of Salman in Medina. They made brotherhood. Salman comes to Abu Darda, says, Ya Abu Darda, take me to a lady, I would like to marry her. Why don't you come with me and help me ask her for marriage, ask her father for marriage. Just come, let's go. They go together. Salman tells Abu Darda tells Salman, he says, Salman, you stand outside here, outside the house, let me go inside, I'll speak to her father, and then I'll see what happens. He said, okay, I'll wait for you. Abu Darda goes inside. He meets the father, sits down, says, you know Salman, Salman is a good mu'min, Salman is a muttaqi, pious man, absolutely everything, yes. He says, Salman wants to marry your daughter. I'm here to ask, to propose. This man looked at Abu Darda. He said, Ya Abu Darda, all that you said about Salman is true. I don't deny it. But you know, we are Arabs, pure Arabs, big Arabic tribe from Medina. Salman is Persian. He's not Arab. I can't give my daughter to Salman. And imagine Salman comes to marry your daughter. Well, in certain communities, because Salman is not a particular ethnicity, he will not be given membership in some communities. And if Salman comes to say, I want to become a member, they say, sorry, you're not this particular membership, you can't become a member. Sorry. And then if he dies, he's not allowed to be buried in the cemetery because you're not a member. You're looking at me awkwardly. I've seen such cases. So anyways, he said to him, Abu Darda said, okay, that's what you really want, khalas. The man then tells Abu Darda, he says, Ya Abu Darda, however, wait a minute, don't go. Salman is not Arab. You are an Arab. You are an Arab. You're from Medina. I can ask my daughter, I'll marry her to you. You marry my daughter. The Darda said, no, why not? Barakah, sure. The man goes, asks his daughter, would you like to marry Abu Darda? She said, yes. Khalas, he comes, says she agreed. How about we recite the nikah right now? So they recited the nikah. He proposed, khalas, done, quit. Abu Darda walks out. Who's waiting outside? Salman. If you were standing in Salman's shoes right now, what would you do to Abu Darda? Chop his head, mashallah. Haji, this is like terrorism. This is how we behave usually. These days, if it's something like this happens today, we'd go to the social media, we write about him, this guy's a kafir, don't talk to him, we'll wage wars, against this person. Abu Darda comes out, he talks to Salman, says, yeah, Salman, I don't know what to tell you. He said, what happened? He said, the father of the bride, the girl, did not accept. I said, khalas, you didn't accept, that's fine. Well, there's something else, yeah, Salman, there's some more news. It's like, what's up? He asked me to marry her, so I married her. Salman looked at him and he said, Ya Abu Darda, I am sorry, I apologize. Why do you apologize, Salman? He said, because I wanted to marry a woman who in the knowledge of Allah was supposed to be your wife, not my wife. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in His knowledge, in His ilm, He knew this woman is to be your wife, not my wife. I did not know that. So I apologize for putting you in this situation. So please forgive me. They hug each other and they go. Now you know why is Salman minna ahl al-bayt? Minna ahl al-bayt. That's one of the reasons why Salman is minna ahl. Because he has the aqeedah. He knows the ahkam. Salman, when he stands for salat, understands the essence of salat. When he does fasting, he knows the essence of fasting. So that's why he has a muttaqi. He's a pious man. And his taqwa is reflected on his actions and his characteristics. And hence he hugs this man as if nothing has happened. Khalas, finish, the story is done. Move on. That's it. Is that how we behave or not? Let me tell you. Which means, we have a problem. We have a problem. This is how we need. Yes, if the issue is personal, this is how we do. Unless it's the issue that is of aqeedah and religion. When the first and second Khalifa came to see Fatima al-Zahra alayha salam, asking her for forgiveness, she did not forgive them. She did not forgive the first and the second Khalifa. In fact, she said, I am angry at you. And she told them, I want you to testify that you heard the Prophet saying that when Fatima gets angry, Allah gets angry. Did you hear this hadith? They said, yes. So she said, Ya Allah, bear witness, I am angry at them. She did not forgive. Because the issue here is not a personal issue. This is aqeedah here. Religion is at the stake here. So that's different. That's why we distinguish. When it's religion at the stake, yes, it's different. But if it's not, it's a personal matter. Personal matter. Khalas, we forgive. Move on. Move on in life. So what are some of the solutions? What are some of the solutions? Okay, if this is the issue. Okay, my aqidah, I need to work on my aqidah. I need to understand my ahkam. I need to work on my manners. Well, what do I do, Sheikh? There are many things to do. Let's look at what Ahl al-Bayt teach us. First of all, dua. We turn to Allah asking Allah for help. But before we make the dua, brother, we have to admit that we have a deficiency. We have a problem. Each one of us has to recognize that I have a fault. I have an issue. I have a problem. You know, in medicine, they deal with people who are in the state of denial. People who are in the state of denial, you can't treat them. How can you treat a person? You know, in Canadian laws, you cannot force treatment upon a person unless this person is a threat to himself or a threat to others. That's the only case you can force a treatment. That's why whenever you go to, for example, have a surgery or medication, what do they make you sign? Consent form. You have to agree. If you don't say, I agree, khalas, they can't do anything to you. For example, a person comes and say, you know, you're diabetic. We need to give you medication. He says, no, I'm not diabetic. Akhi, look at your blood sugar level. There, we did the testing. No, your testing is wrong. Look at me, healthy. Alhamdulillah, I go, come, I don't feel anything. I'm healthy. This person, what do you do to him? How can you treat such a person? You can't. Because he's in denial. Unless he comes to the agreement that, no, I have a problem. Now, you can work with him. We have a problem in the sense that we believe that we are ma'soomeen. I am perfect. As long as we have that kind of attitude, then nothing is going to happen. You're in the state of denial. So first we have to realize that I'm not perfect. I have a problem. Okay, a problem, then what do I do? Well, now you make the determination to change. Well, how? Dua is one way. Dua. Second thing to do, praying Salatul Layl. Get up and pray Salatul Layl. Why is Salatul Layl important? The night prayer. Because you have to force yourself to get up out of bed. This is fighting against your inner self. So you force yourself out of bed. The more you can fight yourself, then the more control you'll have over yourself. So Salatul Layl is important. Third, start serving people, but without seeking any recognition. Serve qurbatan ila Allah ta'ala. You see a mu'min who's in need, help him. Maybe mail him a check, for example, without mentioning the name, for example, if you can. Transfer money to him without, for example. Help mu'mineen without mentioning names. And don't even say, you know what, I'm doing qurbatan ila Allah ta'ala. Purely for the sake of Allah. Serve, go ahead. Start, when you go to the Imam Barga, to the Husayniyah. I have seen some ulama, when they go to the Husayniyah, you know what they do? They go fix people's shoes. They put the shoes on the racks. They fix the shoes. He's a mu'ammam, he's a alim. He fix people's shoes. It's to discipline himself, to keep himself humble, to force humbleness. Serving child. Person who might be a professor at the university, he serves child to people. When you look at him, you think he's a janitor. Then they say, you know, he's actually a professor. This is akhlaq. Serving for the sake of Allah, not to be recognized. Serve people. Do khidmah, but qurbatan ila Allah ta'ala. At the time of donation, donate, but say don't mention names. Unless you want to encourage others. Some people tell me, Sheikh, what do we do then? If I want to encourage people, I say, make the niyyah. Suppose you want to donate, for example, $5,000. When they say, who wants to donate? You say, I'll donate $2,500. So now, you've encouraged people. Donate $2,500, but write a check for $5,000. Double the amount. The first $2,500 is to encourage the mu'mineen so that they can donate. The other $2,500 is between you and Allah. That's sadaqat as-sir. And say, don't mention name. Don't mention I mentioned. So now only Allah. This is how I discipline myself. I encourage the mu'mineen. Now I get double the ajr because my niyyah is truly qurbatan ila. I want to encourage the mu'mineen. That's why I'm raising my hand. 25, for example, in this case, 2,500. But I'll donate 5,000 because that's the amount I had in mind. So serve for the sake of Allah. Fourth, go to the qabristan, go to the maqabir. Go to the maqabir. But go to learn. Go to visit your place of residency. You know, Maythab Tamar, companion of Imam Ali, he used to walk by a palm tree. And he used to look at it, and he used to give it water. There was a man who had his house next to this palm tree. He came out. He says, Maytham, what are you doing? Why do you take care of this palm tree? He looks at him, he says, one day I'm going to be your neighbor to this man. This person said, I thought he's going to buy a house maybe next to me, and so he'll be my neighbor. Maytham would come by, looks at this palm tree, gives it water, takes care of it, and so on and so forth. Days go by. Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad comes. He takes Maytham and he crucifies him on that palm tree. This person says, now I know what he was talking about. He says, this is where I'm going to be dying. This is the place where I'm dying. So I'm going to take care of this palm tree, because this is where I'm going to be going. This is my end, on this palm tree. And indeed, he got killed on the palm tree. Subhanallah ta'ala. Go to the qabristan, look in the qabr, and say, this is where I'm going to be. Once they put me there, and they put all the sand on top of me, then what am I going to do? The angels are going to come. Now answer me. Why did you not wear hijab? How come? Give us reasons now. Why did you delay your salat? Why did you insult people? Give us answers. What are we going to say? One person told me, well, I will say that, you know what, Sheikh, I'll tell them that, Allah did not make me perfect. He said, don't shift the blame to Allah. Allah will also say that, well, there are many other people whom I did not make perfect either. Salman was not ma'soom. Abu Dhar was not ma'soom. Al-Hur was not ma'soom. All those people were not ma'soom. There are many people who never saw Ahl al-Bayt. They're not ma'soomeen. They're not perfect either. How come they chose the path of Allah? How come you have women wearing their abayas on their heads when they walk outside? They don't put any makeup, they don't put any perfume. How come you have individuals who respect the rights of other mu'mineen and mu'minat? They never insult anybody. That's not a valid argument. What are we going to say? So going to the qabristan. That's why Ahlul Bayt reminds us of death. Death, death. Remember Akhirah. On the day of Ashura, Imam Hussein was reminding people of death. When Imam al-Sajjad came to Sham, and he asked Yazid to give him permission to speak to the people. Those people were brainwashed by the propaganda of Bani Umayyah. What does he talk about? Death. Remember your akhirah. So these are important things. Dua, Salatul Layl, servitude for the sake of Allah. Serve. Help other mu'min. And remember death. These are among the things we need to do. And then make the determination to change, because otherwise when are we going to change? Let us, wal'iyadu billah, not be among those people who once they put us in the grave, then we say, oh my gosh, Ya Allah, send me back, let me change now. So too late, khalas, done. I gave you 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. What did you do then? Khalas, time is gone. And for this sake, look how much Ahlul Bayt struggled, how much they were persecuted because of this, so that they can make us human beings. So they can teach people like Abu Hamza al-Thumali. Abu Hamza al-Thumali. Abu Hamza al-Thumali lived with 4 imams. Imam al-Sajjad alayhi salam, Imam al-Baqir, Imam al-Sadiq, and Imam al-Kadhim. He died at the reign of Imam al-Kadhim. 4 imams. And Imam al-Rida says, Rahimallahu Aba Hamza. May Allah have mercy on Abu Hamza. Imam al-Rida. I wonder, brothers and sisters, will our Imam say, may Allah have mercy on Osama, or have mercy on Fulan when we die? Is he or not? If not, then we really need to look at our actions. We really need to look at our actions. Imam al-Sajjad, salamullahi alayhi, 35 years after Karbala, every day he weeps and cries. I tell the mu'mineen, I say, we sometimes when we hear the musibah of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas alayhi, just now you hear the marshals, the qasidas. Musibah of Abu al-Fadl, musibah of Sukayna, musibah of Imam Hussein. You're crying, some people were crying. This is upon hearing. Imagine if you had witnessed. Imam Sajjad saw, did not hear, saw. We cry when we hear the musibah. He saw the musibah. So you can imagine what life he lived. 35 years, subhanAllah, not 1 year, not 35 years of pain. Every day he cries, every day. One of his mates says, every time I serve him food, he cries. And the food mixes with his tears and says, how can I drink when my father died hungry? We give him water, it mixes with his tears. How can I drink when my father died thirsty? He walks one day on the streets of Medina, finds a butcher taking a sheep to slaughter it. He tells the butcher, do you give water to the sheep before you kill it? He said, yes, I do, Ya Ibn Rasulullah. He cried. He said, you're a butcher. You don't kill an animal, a sheep, until you give it water. But my father, Abi Abdullah al-Hussein, died next to the river of Furat, thirsty. Weeping, crying. Abu Hamza Thumali comes to meet the Imam one day. He sees him in pain, weeping, crying. Abu Hamza tries to comfort the Imam. He says, Ya Ibn Rasulullah, Allah has honored you, Ahl al-Bayt, with shahada. It's an honor that Allah has bestowed upon you. Yeah. Look at your grandfather, Amir al-Mu'mineen, was killed shaheed. Your uncle, Imam al-Hassan, was killed shaheed. And your father also was killed shaheed. Take it easy on yourself. Imam Salamullahi alayhi looked at Abu Hamza. He said, may Allah bless you, Ya Abu Hamza. Shakar Allah sa'yak. I know you're trying to comfort me. But Abu Hamza, it is true that Allah has honored us with martyrdom. But every time I look at my aunts and I look at my sisters, I remember them running on the day of Ashura. From one tent to another tent as the enemies are burning the tents up in flames. And my aunt Zainab came to me and said, my nephew, what shall I do? I told her, take the women and the children and run away in the desert. Ya Aba Hamza, every time I look at my aunts, I remember them being beaten by Bani Umayyah as they were taken prisoners from one place to another place. Ya Aba Hamza, every time I look at my children, I look at my sisters, I remember what happened to my brother Abdullah al-Radi' al-Azghar. He was killed on the hands of my father. Every time I look at the family here, I remember them crying in Sham. I remember them what happened to my sister Ruqayya there in Sham, all alone, waking up in the middle of the night, calling my aunt Zainab, where is my father, Abi Abdullah al-Husayn? When Yazid heard the news, he said, take the head of her father to her. They took the head of Abi Abdullah, they brought it to the little girl. When she saw the head of her father, she cried, Aywa Husayna, Aywa Abata. And then she went into a deep silence. Zainab alayhi salam came to the little girl. She turned her around. She saw her lifeless. Imam al-Sajjad told her that, she has joined my father, Abi Abdullah al-Husayn. Now he's taking care of her. And I remember my aunt Zainab experiencing the pain. When she cries, Shimr comes to her to beat her. Zajr comes to her to beat her. And she turns to the head of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas next to her on the spear and says, Ya Abu al-Fadl, look at what they're doing to your sister Zainab. Imam al-Baqir salamullahi alayh says, when he buried Imam al-Sajjad salamullahi alayh, he was seen weeping. They said to him, what's the matter, Ya Ibn Rasulullah? He said, as I was washing the body of my father, Imam al-Sajjad, I saw the marks of the chains from Karbala still on his body. I was wondering how much pain did my father suffer in that journey from Karbala to Sham. That the marks of the chain are still on his body after 35 years. This is what brings pain to my heart. That what happened to Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam, the tragedies of Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. And then when they came back to Medina, Imam al-Sajjad finds one poet by the name of Bishr. He says, Bishr, go tell the people of Medina about what happened to us. They come back, the poet runs to Medina, starts crying, Ya ahla Yathrib la muqama lakum biha, قتل الحسين فأدمعي مدرار الجسم منه بكربلاء مضرج والرأس منه على القناة يدار. Oh, people of Medina, get up and leave the city of Medina. Why should we leave, Ya Bishr? Hussein has been killed in Karbala. His body is under the horses of Bani Umayyah, while his head is on the spears of Bani Umayyah. He says, as I was delivering the news, a lady approaches me carrying a child. I asked, who is this lady? They said, be careful, Ya Bishop, this is Banin, the mother of Abbas. She approached me and she said, Bishop, tell me, I heard you have news about my son Abi Abdullah Hussein. Is he back? I didn't know what to tell this lady. Where shall I begin with her? So I told her, Ya al-Banin, your youngest son was killed in Karbala. She said, I didn't ask you about him. Tell me, is Hussein back? Your second son, your third son, until I told her, Ya al-Banin, عظم الله لك الأجر بمصاب أبي الفضل العباس. Even Abbas was killed. She cried, she dropped the child. She said, Ya Bashir, you have torn my heart into pieces. Tell me about my son Abi Abdullah. May all my children be sacrificed for him. Is he back safe? Then I told her, Ya al-Banin, عظم الله لك الأجر بمصاب الحسين قتل شهيدا في كربلاء. Hussein was also killed in Karbala. She cried, Aywa Husseina, Aywa walada. Zainab then returned back to the house, and what an empty house it was. This is where Abi Abdullah used to pray. This is his mihrab. This is the room of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. This is the place where Al-Akbar used to sit. That's where Al-Qasim used to stay. And this is the cradle of Ali al-Azrar. It is now empty. She cried, what a house it is now. And then they hear a knock on the door. Al-Banin comes in. The minute she sees Zainab, she cries, Aywa Husseina. Zainab cries, Aywa Abbasa. And then Al-Banin comes and says, Ya Zainab, I told Abbas to take care of you. What happened? How could you become a prisoner for Bani Umayyah? She said, Ya Al-Banin, do not blame Abbas. If he had not cut off his right hand, his left hand, he was shot in an arrow in his eye, Ya Al-Banin. If that had not happened, I would not have become a prisoner for Bani Umayyah. لا تدعوني ويك البنين تذكريني باليوث العري. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين. This is the time, inshallah, when hajat are answered, du'as are fulfilled, inshallah. Many mu'mineen requested us to remember them in our dua. Some of them are ill. Some of them have some hajat. May Allah, inshallah, grant them all their needs, inshallah, and their wishes. Let us all pray together, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. 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 اللهم إنا نسألك وندعوك باسمك العظيم الأعظم الأعز الأجل الأكرم 10 times together. يا الله 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 يا إلهي بفاطمة وأبيها وبعلها وبنيها والسرر المستودع فيها. اكشف عنا السوء يا الله. اللهم اغفر ذنوبنا، كفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار يا الله. Oh Allah, make us and our children until the day of judgment among the sincere Shia of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad, and among the sincere servants of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Oh Allah, all those mu'mineen who have hajat and have needs and requested us to remember them in our dua, oh Allah, fulfill their hajat inshaAllah. Oh Allah, all those mu'mineen who are suffering from illnesses, may Allah inshaAllah grant them quick recoveries inshaAllah. Oh Allah, all those mu'mineen who are suffering from lack of security, lack of protection, they're being persecuted, Ya Allah, bless them with security and peace and safety inshaAllah. Oh Allah, all those mu'mineen who are going for the ziyarah of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam in Karbala, protect them inshaAllah and make them return home safely to their families, Ya Allah. Oh Allah, bless our parents and have mercy upon them, Ya Allah. رب اغفر لي ولوالدي وارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا اجزهما بالإحسان إحسانا وبالسيئات غفرانا رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء. اللهم ارزقنا شفاعة الحسين عليه السلام يا الله في الدنيا وفي القبر وفي الآخرة يا الله. اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج واجعلنا من شيعته وأنصاره وأعوانه والمستشهدين بين يديه. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وقائدا ودليلا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. قضاء الحوائج ولشفاء المرضى ولكشف هذه الغمة عن هذه الأمة ولتعجيل فرج مولانا صاحب العصر والزمان. And for the arwah of all marhumin, mu'mineen and mu'minat, especially the marhumin of the Bhimani family. رحم الله من يقرأ السورة المباركة الفاتحة مع الصلوات. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجنا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. Brothers and sisters, I have a quick announcement. Alhamdulillah, in the city of Edmonton, Alberta, where I come from, we managed to establish a full-time Shia Muslim school. This is the first and only Shia Muslim school in Edmonton. It's called Al-Baqir Academy. And Alhamdulillah, we have about 30 students in our first year. Inshallah, we're looking to expand. We have ijazah of khums and from the Maraja, and we also can issue tax-deductible receipts for those who make donations. So if anybody would be interested to help the school, it's the only Shia Muslim school for our children in Edmonton, Alberta. So please come and see me, inshallah, afterwards. I can also give you some brochures about the school to help and support it. Jazakumullah khairah. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
उस वक्त जब के ज़ैना दरबार में गई थी, आरी नमाजियों से महफिल सजी हुई थी, और ज़ालिम ये पूछता था गाज़ी तेरा कहाँ है, बालों से मुँह छुपाए। ज़ैनब ये कह रही थी, ऐ मेरे बाबा जान, हो रही है अज़ान, सर छुपाऊं कहाँ, ऐ मेरे बाबा जान, हो रही सर छुपाऊं कहाँ, ऐ मेरे बाबा जान, हो रही नाम ज़ैनब मेरा तूने जो रख दिया, दे दे अपनी ज़ुबान। ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर झुकाऊं कहाँ। ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर झुकाऊं कहाँ। बाबा जान मेरी दुआ मांगती रह गई, बामदे सज गए जीते जी मर गई। हल्काए शाम में नाम सुन कर मेरा मर गया नादमा। ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर झुकाऊं कहाँ। बाबा जान ये तेरा आखिरी था बयान, तेरी चादर बचाएगा गाज़ी जवाब। मर गया बावफा छिन गई है रिदा, कहती है बीबियाँ। ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर झुकाऊं कहाँ। ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर झुकाऊं कहाँ। हाथ कानों पे है नील गालों पे है, और निशान चौस की ना के शानों पे है। हर निशान से यही आ रही है सदा, बाबा जान ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर झुकाऊं कहाँ। ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर झुकाऊं कहाँ। या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन। हम फिसा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। अम्मा फिसा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। अम्मा फिसा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। अम्मा फिजा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। होने लगी अज़ाने ऐसे सरों को ढांपे, बाजू बंधे हुए रो रही है आंखें, आंखों के खून से रस्ते में नहा रहे हैं। शाम आ गया है। अम्मा फिजा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। अम्मा फिजा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। मेज़े पे जितने सर है, एक सर है उनमें ऐसा, आखिर बंद उसकी और खाक पर है गिरता, अब्बास का ये सर है, तेवर बता रहे हैं क्या शाम आ गया है। अम्मा फिजा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। अम्मा फिजा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। इतना चलो पैदल हाथों पे सार के दी, थक जाती चलते चलते, चलती अगर ज़मीं भी, पैरों के आबले भी आंसू बहा रहे हैं। क्या शाम आ गया है। अम्मा फिजा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। अम्मा फिजा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। माँ की गोदियों से लिपटे हुए बच्चे हैं हाथ रस्सियों में, माँ कैसे जकड़े बच्चे जो गिर रहे हैं, वो मरते जा रहे हैं। क्या शाम आ गया है। अम्मा फिजा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। अम्मा फिजा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। लोग किस तरह के हमसे दुआ कराए, के जियो दुआ दो ये दिन ना हम पे आए, लेकर दुआएं हमसे दिल भी दुखा रहे हैं। क्या शाम आ गया है। अम्मा फिजा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। अम्मा फिजा बता दे मुझको, पत्थर क्यों आ रहे हैं। उस वक्त जब के ज़ैनब दरबार में गई थी, कारी नमाजियों से महफिल सजी हुई थी। उस वक्त जब के ज़ैनब दरबार में गई थी, कारी नमाजियों से महफिल सजी हुई थी। जालिम ये पूछता था गाजी तेरा कहाँ है, बालों से मुंह छुपाए ज़ैनब ये कह रही थी, ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर झुकाऊं कहाँ। ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर झुकाऊं कहाँ। मजमाए आम में बेवतन
नाम ज़ैनब मेरा तूने तो रख दिया, दे दी अपनी जुबान। ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर झुकाऊं कहाँ। ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर झुकाऊं कहाँ। बाबा जान मेरी दात मांगती रह गई, बामगर सज गए जीते जी मर गई। हल्काए आम में नाम सुन कर मेरा मर गया ना तमाम। ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर छुपाऊं कहाँ। ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर छुपाऊं कहाँ। हाथ कानों पे है, नील गालों पे है, और निशान जो सकी ना के शान पे है। हर निशान से यही आ रही है सदा। बाबा जान ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर छुपाऊं कहाँ। ऐ मेरे बाबा जान हो रही है अज़ान, सर छुपाऊं कहाँ। आए सजाद जो जंजीर पहन कर आए, 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 आए सजाद जो जंजीर पहन कर आए। फूल आने है मगर, फूल आने है मगर बदले में पत्थर आए, आए सजाद जो जंजीर पहन कर 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 आए। आओ बाबा ज़रा ज़ैनब का करो इस्तक़बाल, आओ बाबा ज़रा ज़ैनब का करो इस्तक़बाल। सर खुले की दरबार के अंदर आए, आए सजाद जो जंजीर पहन कर आए, आए सजाद जो जंजीर पहन कर आए, आए सजाद जो जंजीर पहन कर आए। सिर्फ कुर्ता असगर कालिया ज़ैनब ने, सिर्फ कुर्ता असगर कालिया ज़ैनब ने शामिल उठा असबाब जो लेकर आए आए सजाद जो जंजीर पहन कर आए आए सजाद जो जंजीर पहन कर आए आए सजाद जो जंजीर पहन कर आए
Hussein, 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 Hussein. Hussein Nugam शहर शहर छे हुसैनी मातम गली गली छे हुसैन नूगम शहर शहर छे हुसैनी मातम गली गली छे हुसैन नूगम शहर शहर छे हुसैनी मातम गली गली छे अगम दिल में बसावे ऐने दुआए ज़हरा मरी गई छे आगम ने दिल में बसावे ऐने दुआए ज़हरा मरी गई छे हुसैन नूगम शहर शहर छे हुसैन आगम गली गली छे हुसैन नूगम शहर शहर छे हुसैनी मातम गली गली छे निहारो तारीख न वरकने के करबला के वो मौजूज़ो छे निहारो तारीख न वरकने के करबला के वो मौजूज़ो छे अभी फकत बे पहली बात हो के जिन्हें सदियों कही गई छे हुसैन नूगम शहर शहर छे हुसैनी मातम गली गली छे हुसैन नूगम शहर शहर छे हुसैनी मातम गली गली छे हम तो दुनिया अमोनी समझे हम तो दुनिया अमोनी जाने हम तो दुनिया अमोनी समझे हम तो दुनिया अमोनी जाने हमारा आका हुसैनी मौला हमारा मौला अली अली छे हुसैन नूगम शहर शहर छे हुसैनी मातम गली गली छे हुसैन नूगम शहर शहर छे हुसैनी मातम गली गली छे उन्हें बदरो अहन कंदक लड़ाई खैबर निकल रही छे उन्हें बदरो ओहन खंदक लड़ाई खैबर निकल रही छे बहादुरी माँ अली न थामे बकाऊ कोनो बराबरी छे हुसैन नूगम शहर शहर छे हुसैनी मातम गली गली छे हुसैनी नूगम शहर शहर छे हुसैनी मातम गली गली छे फराक ऊपर करीन कब्जो न बूंद पानी गिन पींदो फराक ऊपर करीन कब्जो न बूंद पानी गिन पींदो वफाए अब्बास सी वफा छे फरत सजदा करी रही छे हुसैन नूगम गली शहर छे हुसैन मातम गली गली छे हुसैन नूगम शहर शहर छे हुसैन मातम गली गली छे जवान अकबर न दिल थी बरची ने काढ़ी मौला रणी रे आछे जवान अकबर न दिल थे बरची ने काढ़ी मौला रणी रे आछे सलाम सबरे हुसैन तुम जिगर न बरती रही छे हुसैन तो गम शहर शहर छे हुसैनी मातम गली गली छे हुसैन नूगम शहर शहर छे हुसैनी मातम गली गली छे निहाड़ी असगर ने रोज महशर अजन्नती खुद खुदा कह पड़ निहाड़ी असगर ने रोज महशर अजन्नती खुद खुदा पड़ हर रबाब तारी मत की कीमत
बहत पूरी अधूरी થઈ છે હુસૈનનો ગમ શહેર શહેર છે હુસૈની માતમ ગલી ગલી છે હુસૈનનો ગમ શહેર શહેર છે હુસૈની માતમ ગલી ગલી છે મણી જો જિંદા થી રહાઈ અલીની પુતરી રણિત બોલી मणि जो जिंदा थी रिहाई अली ने पुतरी रणी ने बोली कि मारा भाई नीर निशानी आकद खाना रही गई थे हुसैन नो गम शहर शहर थे हुसैनी मातम गली गली थे हुसैन नो गम शहर शहर थे हुसैनी मातम गली गली थे
सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद जो अर्ज़ करबला है हर अर्ज़ से सिवा है इस खाक करबला पे शह का लहू मिला है शह का लहू मिला है हर लादवा मरज़ की ये खाक ही दवा हो मरने से पहले यारा दीदार करबला हो यारा बेहक ज़हरा तौफीक ये अता हो मरने से पहले यारा दीदार करबला मैं भी तो मातमी हूँ ज़ाकिर हुसैन अदा का नौहा परा है मैंने हम शक्ल मुस्तफा का हम शक्ल मुस्तफा का इस ज़ाकिरी का मेरी किस्मत में ये सिवा हो मरने से पहले यारा दीदार करबला हो यारा बेहक ज़हरा तौफीक ये अता हो मरने से पहले यारा दीदार करबला हो या रब नमाज शब में बस ये दुआ करूं मैं कुछ देर उस ज़मीं पर मजलिस बपा करूं मैं मजलिस बपा करूं मैं हर मातमी के लब पे हर दम यही दुआ हो मरने से पहले यारा दीदार कर नन्ही सी जिस लहद में सोते हैं अब भी असघर उस पर छराऊंगा मैं फूलों की एक चादर फूलों की एक चादर पुरसा वहाँ हो ऐसा पहले नहीं हुआ हो मरने से पहले यारा दीदार करबला हो यारा दीदार करबला हो। सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि मुहम्मद व आले Assalamu alayka ya Rasulullah. Assalamu alayka ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. Assalamu alayka ya Hasan al-Mujtaba. Assalamu ala al-Husayn wa ala Ali ibn al-Husayn wa ala awlad al-Husayn wa ala ashab al-Husayn jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alayka ya Mawlana ya Sahib al-Zaman. الأمان الأمان الأمان. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك يا إمامنا وإمام الإنس والجان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم صل على محمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كن لولينا الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أركاتها وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. صلاة
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Brothers and sisters, dinner will be served now, inshallah. And for those who can stay, we will have Salatul Jama'at for Maghrib immediately after dinner. Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad Salawat. On the 28th of October, we have Majlis at Brother Nawab's house in St. Thomas at 3 p.m. inshallah. And Sheikh Shafiq Huda will be reciting. October 28th, Sheikh Shafiq Huda in English. Salawat.
I'll try. Muhammad is pretty good at that.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you, Hader? Good, thanks.